Okay, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Appreciate you all for jumping on in. Let's do the thing that I do every single time. If you're here with me, we're going to put the lemon into the water on this beautiful Saturday night. Shout out to everybody here on a Saturday night, baby. Just a little lemon into the water. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too nuts. You know, don't call me, you can call me anything but late for dinner. All right, let's get a big gulp of the lemon. Ooh, I just got it. There we go. I was like a little tied in there. Tastes good. Keep yourself feeling good. Keep yourself feeling fresh. Man, the trades were amazing today. I'm so excited to go over what happened today in the trading group, and just even what I saw in the market. It was just completely amazing. All right. Let's take a look at it. Fiat leak, man, coming in strong. GRT up, SNX up 1 inch. You can see people just firing Doge off right now. Doge seems to be a big winner. Waves is popping right now. ETH, a little bit of chain link. Some of the Graph link token follow suit with that. What is that little one coming in there out of nowhere? MATIC just shooting in. Pew, 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 pew. And then some fat ETH bags getting fired in there. Some Phantom tossing it in. A big old bag of Aave coming in on there. All right. And just Doge and Bitcoin and Solana. And I'll show you what I'm looking at for the night. I'll be nice enough to do that. Doge. I had Doge in this cup with a little bit of a handle here. Also inside of a bigger falling wedge. Can it break out? Look, this is a high volume node. It gets above there. It gets to this high volume node. It's simple. Trade with me, baby. Trade with me. I'll walk you like we'll walk on water. Together from there to there. Oh, my hand disappeared, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in and being a part of the live, man. Unbelievable. Now the video's coming in. That's on you, my man. That's on you. I can see it pretty clear, like I do every day, but you never know. Anything is possible. You never know. Ever since whatever update I got, something happened. BOOKMAP running smoother than butter. Shouldn't say it, right? But so far, so good. BOOKMAP running smoother than butter, which is awesome. No issues at all. Do you say at all or do you say at all? You know, no issues at all or no issues at all? I say no issues at all, but I like to say at all, but I don't even know what that is. You know, is that Old English? What is it? Anyway, so Doge chain. We know people are talking about Doge again. We know Doge is the talk of the town, right? So you can even do this here and say, look, it's retesting. And honestly, I see another just symmetrical triangle right there that's breaking to the upside. A little bit of a retest possible for Doge here. As long as it stays above this point of control, I don't see why Doge cannot get here and even to the bigger target of the larger falling wedge. All right. Shout out to Joker NYC in the house. Let's wait for the, hold on, let's wait. Let's wait for it. It should come in properly. I just want to make sure it does. I'm not logged in though, so I don't think it can anymore. I'm confused. Yeah. It is latent though. We shall see. Atoll rather is the island. You're funny. First time here and first live with you. Shout out to Crypto Red Fox. Everybody give him a big old hello. Well, welcome. You're going to learn a lot. We're going to break down a lot about Bitcoin. You're going to have fun. We're going to talk about altcoins. There it is. Joker NYC donated 20 beans. And let's watch the balls hit the jar. And okay, it was a subtle little bump. You never know what's going to happen. We'll love you, Sam, no matter what this market gives us. Shout out to PS5. God bless you. You're a blessing for what you're saying there. Super chat, Hex and Algo, big time frames from Toby Lanara. Shout out to Toby in the house. God bless you, Toby. Thank you for all your hard work all the time. May God bless you. All right, all right. So yeah, just looking at Doge. Doge looks like it's hungry on the 12. Could continue to the upside. It's all about the point of control that it broke above. I see a move for Doge at least to this next resistance at about 11 cents. You know, Solana also on my radar. We've been tracking Solana. It's in this bullish consolidation. When you pump this hard and then you make higher lows and lower highs in a tight channel and a high volume node, you're likely to travel to the next high volume node. Gap up and have fun. So we're looking at Solana on the radar. Solana, all right? Whatever you do makes you happy. I see a golden cross here. Now I'm seeing other crosses. I'm seeing all the moving averages gear up above the 200. That's a settling. You want to see price action continue as the 200, And that's the plan. That's what we're looking at here. I guess it's the other way. This is the 200, and this is price action. See what? But anyway, still might not be the right way. Yeah, there it is. This is the 200. That's price action. So it's like, anyway, it's all backwards here. I can't. Yeah. Okay, you had me at Golden Cross. Man, you guys are crazy. Love your work, mate. Shout out to Sunday Weekend. Shout out to Emery Perez. I'm going to try trading for the first time. Let's see what happens. Okay. Hey, I believe if you do the right thing, if you use some guidance and get education first, paper trade for a couple months or for a couple weeks at least. Not a couple, a month. Can you check SHIB? We'll take a look at SHIB Hex, SHIB and ALGO on the radar. Shout out to the $7 Canadian from Hannah King. God bless Hannah. Thank you for being here. So I'm looking at Solana. It's looking nice to me. Likely a bit of a move here. Everything else kind of popped that was on my radar. So let's talk about it. We took CAT out for 29% today. Look at this. Same thing. Tight. It was tight. Took some time. Point of control. Tight moving averages. It's just what I teach. If you want to learn what I teach class every single every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30 Eastern Time. And you can hit the link in the description below. It'll take you to my actual schedule, and you can jump on into class. You can also get a one-on-one if that's what you need and that's what you want. But class is the best. It's $99 for class. Jump on in today. And if you join my trading group, we're going to knock $40 off and make the class $60. That way, everyone in the trading group is educated, understand what's happening, and has an edge to the information that they're going through. Jump on into class today. It will change your life. Axie Infinity, please. Wow. $3 from Nick Hepner. God bless you, Nick. Thank you for jumping on in. 393 beautiful people on the live. 167 likes. When we get that like up to the watcher count, it would be amazing. $29 in chat revenue. You people are blessed. Thank you so much for the love. May God bless each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let me actually move myself here. I'm a little off center. I had moved Ben over, and I think ever since then I've been a little far. All right, this is my pocket, my little pocket here. Still crazy to think Ben was sitting in the studio. It just, I don't know. Because you get into crypto, you watch his channel, he blew up, right? And you're like, okay, that's like the biggest, a big channel in cryptocurrency. And then you get into crypto, like you start doing your thing, and you just, I don't know, it's just like, and he's a down-to-earth nice person. You know what I mean? Held the door everywhere, like whenever I was going, like he was always holding the door. I mean, I'm just saying, like I've been around a lot of people. They're actually pretty nice. They're cool, but they don't hold the door. They're not considered. They don't notice. He was always, super, super, super polite, man. Nice dude. We had lobster rolls. It was a blast. It was an absolute blast. So it's kind of fun. He had lobster. You got to come to Boston and have a lobster roll. That's what it was. So. And then he took me to dinner later that night. It was insanely cold. I couldn't believe it. And his book signing went amazing. I met a lot of awesome people from Boston. It was just great. So look, Cat, top of the line. They've redone the count now at 8 p.m. about right. Yeah. So now it's 13%. But it's the hot coin to watch right now. Cat up for a nice little gainer, and definitely could go for more above the point of control. Volume area high. I mean. Flag it out, see what it does. But boom, we took CAT for gains, GLQ for gains, Phantom for gains. Everything kind of, SHIB, somebody asked about. Let's break down Shibi Inu. Now, everything look high on the 22 now. We've had a nice run. All right, profit taken was this morning. Get in, get out of the market. Might be time to take some shorts now, in my humble opinion. I'll take a look at the rest of the market. But, SHIB is high on the 22. And, we took it for a nice pump. Like, we waited, and SHIB is, it's a pretty big market cap. It takes a little more to, it's not like even though it feels like a meme coin, as small as it is, but I'll tell you what. Who's up for a little bit of Adam and Eve? Double bottoming. What do you say? A little bit of a double bouton. I mean, it's got the works. It's got the feel of the Adam and Eve double bottom, and it actually started its move. I mean, technically, yeah, I mean, almost like just a little more to go, and it hits the limit there. But look, it doesn't really have a major support zone to here. And look, there's a gap in the VRVP from here all the way up to about this stage. So you would say, okay, if you get a move for SHIB, like, I mean, you're likely to go into this zone, right? You see, look at the gap there. And you know how we trade, and we see this all the time. So it's a nice little move. Now, could SHIB come lower and make another right shoulder? And could you see, you know, Bitcoin back to 19K, everyone freaks out. We get some more fear in the market. And it does like something like, you know, you never know, or make some type of handle first out of the cup and handle. You never know. Anything is possible. I'm swing trading majority and just DCAing into coins that I really, truly love, like XRP, Cardano. I'm only into Cardano, though. I'm kind of done with XRP. I got enough. So, yeah. I got a bag of MATIC. I got bags of XRP, you know, building a bag of OP, building a bag of some new coins. I was looking at Flux. I like Morpheus. You know, this MMW, we started looking at it at 60 cents, you know, when we were in the thick of the bear market. I put this out as a retrace back to the 618 golden pocket. And there you have it. I mean, it bounced off the golden pocket, just like it was supposed to, between the 0.65 and the 0.618 on the Fibonacci. And like, this is just, you know, boom. Then look, it came back, did a retest of what? Like the high volume node area where you had some, you know, extra squiggle. Had a bounce there. You've been up and down, resistance, bounce through right there. And then you were gone to the next resistance. Boom. Even kind of a little gap there into the node. And now you're in here. I mean, volume area highs, right? So the Morpheus 1, 2, boom. It does, and that's like a, you know, see how it looks like a shoulder, a giant chubby head in a right shoulder. I've seen that play out. So this bottom did it 50 cents. It's done a 4x since about September, right? It took time, but I'm just saying, I mean, you know, we've seen coins do that in a week. I get it. But for a bear market, there was coins that were on their way up no matter what. It was just really funny to me. And I'm not saying we're out of the woods yet. This was interesting to me compared to the last quote unquote bear, you know, what a bear market should be. Look, I just stick to my guns with these trades, like AI. And it may not hit like the hugest target, but all it has to do is go up like this. And look, you're so far from your stop loss. And so at this point, I take my stop loss and I just make it almost nil. And then, you know, I sell half my trade and put the stop loss there. And really, I can't, at that point, I can't lose because now my stop loss is too small and I only have half the position in and I've already taken profit. I find it the greatest way to trade. I like to take half my profit at here or here, some of these 2 points, you know, and then the rest I watch. I either get stopped out, break even or close to it, or I get the rest of the trade for money, you know, for gains. And if the market seems to flip, I can always close the trade, right? But look, there's another one that boomed to the upside. You know, no stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. And 41% is no joke. I mean, to me, that's a substantial gain, 41%. Anything over 3% is amazing, but 41, like that's bones, baby, bones, right? And so that's, you know, that's AI, right? Multiverse AI, and it's called AI, all right? VAI was on my radar. Love this thing. Look, it's continuing to pump up 67%. And this was my personal trade. And look, it's just so close to the target now. You know, you can might as well cap that off. Like for me, that's I close it and I call it a day. The trade is in. So like that's a successful trade. Boom. Dang near almost 94% gains out of VAI. 68% gains, right? Thanks for all you do. Looking forward to the one-on-one tutoring this Wednesday. And can you please go over EXRD? We'll take a look at EXRD. Thank you for the love. Shout out to Dopamine Wave Pool for the $20 super chat. May God bless you. Thank you for the love, man. I like to pick things up and wow. Shout out to Type Crow. Shout out to the 443 people on the live. Shout out to 200 likes. Shout out to the $50 in chat revenue. You people are amazing. So yeah, this is what I was looking at. This is the coin that was on my radar. This VAI. Boom. It's Saturday night, baby. You're here with the lifer. God bless each and every one of you. The thing I'm noticing about my trades is I need to be more patient. Dude, all these trades, all you had to do is sit and chill. For all the trades that I've hit recently, look at this. Look how weird this is. You don't think this is strange, everybody? How I talk about how the 777 comes up on every stream. And look, I just pulled this up, and look, it's 0.07, 6 777s, 777s. It's almost like someone's trying to tell us something every single time I come on the live. Like, hey, we're looking at you. It's like, it's just weird. And I just pulled this up like, you could have went up here or there. Like, it's, Taught my first crypto workshop, felt good breaking down the basics. That's so, man, God bless 8K crypto. Spreading the knowledge around the world, freeing people. That's just crazy. Look at the 777s banging on them. So, VAI, my trade, banging on them. Beautiful trade. Went absolutely great. And there you have it. Booming to the upside. Bang, shebang, boom. What a nice one. And so many. Phantom. We started here, boomed up. So now, we can watch it here. We'll see what it's going to eventually do. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Everyone wants to know what's up with BTC. I get it. But it's all about the alts, baby. GLQ banged for 96%. Even if you fell asleep, it's still up 48. You know what I mean? This D-pad had some fun the other night. So, TOKO was in a cup and handle to the upside, banged on them. Still holding a 48%, high of 64. It didn't stop. It just began to rain on us all weekend long. Insanity. Not to mention my baby AGIX. And I felt like it was going to be an AI weekend, and boy, oh boy, it was. Right? And look at all these trades. You could see the risk-to-reward ratio was 5-1 in this trade, meaning you had to only risk 5 to gain 1 to gain 5. Risk 20%. If I put 10 racks in here, I lost 1,000. But if I win, I win 10 racks. I mean, it's like, that trade is up 72% gains. I mean, that's just a fat trade. And look, I was looking at the 7-minute, make this little flag here, and it would pop out of it to the upside off this point of control on the 7, and you got this little flag cooking now. And that would take us to the basically, our next basically value area high, where we begin to build some more structure, 39 cents for AGIX. This thing just continues to moon. When we started looking at it and trading it, I'm not trying, I guess it may sound like I'm blowing my own horn, but I called this bottom right here for AGIX, 4 cents. I mean, it's an 8X at this point. There's so many coins in my trading group. People have 8X, 5X, 10X. It's insanity. Shout out to Laura Marshall. She got into a coin, and I think she did like a 60X or 50X insanity. Insane. It might have taken 2 or 3 months, but I mean, that's insane. Look at AGIX on the daily, just a monster daily. That's just, look at the size of that. Booming to the upside. So, just, and we just trading the way you're supposed to trade. Me personally, I'm taking profits, beautiful profits, and, just resetting. After nice pumps like this, everything kind of comes to play. Like, everything fell into place. It was insane. I'm watching Near now. Near hasn't really popped yet. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder forming. Seem to be doing something in the zone. So I'm watching Near. Near's my next thing. Solana's my next move. I'm watching Near, Solana. I'm watching HNT inside of a cup and handle. I've explained this already in the morning, I believe. Looks a lot like Near in a way. See it? I hit basically every trade. Watching TOM in this tight channel too as well. It's above a point of control. Moving averages are getting tight. I like what I'm seeing here. Let me kind of get this MACD back in action. So I just, I have a method that I use over and over again, and it produces gains. And I just follow along. Just use my stop loss to protect myself, and it just continues to grow, right? And it's just about proper risk management and just following the trade through each and every time, right? And having a plan every single trade, having a plan every single time on every single trade, no matter what happens. And if you get into your own mode of plan, then you'll just want to execute your plan every single time. I'm watching TWT. It's looking like we're about to get a bit of a DeFi, move here, because when people get a little happy with Bitcoin and Bitcoin, when people believe that 20K will be the floor, even if it is or it isn't, but for the time, even if we get a couple months of it, and we do see this 30K move possible for Bitcoin too. There's things on the radar, but I'm watching TWT. You can tell, have I even talked about Bitcoin yet? No, why? It's alts, baby. There's a lot of, the money is in the alts right now. There's money flowing into the alts. We're going to talk about Bitcoin dominance. We're going to break it down. Of course, we're going to go over Bitcoin. We are. But you could just see where my focus is taking me. All right? I'm still in an XYO trade. Thing is beautifully consolidating. Tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. It could easily fall to the downside. I've seen it happen. I've waited on a trade for a month and watched it dump. It's happened to me. But it's more likely that, but it's happened to me like 3 or 4 times out of like 50, It's more likely these trades at least even give you some pump to other resistance zones if they give you nothing at all. So this is just for me personally too. And nothing I say should be taken as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please get yourself a financial advisor or do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. All right. There's another one that I'm looking at. I'm personally in this trade. I just want to personal disclaimer. I am personally in this trade, Another 100 subs. Shout out to the 39,300 subscribers and climbing. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't clicked the subscriber button, please click it and help the lifer in the lifer community. Shout out to the Love Learning in the house. Everybody give Love Learning a round of applause. First student I ever had. First person to believe in me. And all it takes is one person to believe in you sometimes. Next thing you know, another person, 2 to 3, becomes 4, becomes 8. And you're on your way to a new life. So thank you for helping me create a new life. May God bless you for the rest of your life and anything you do. And you know what? I truly believe because you were such a good person to me that you just can do no wrong. And may God bless you throughout, all of this eternity, through this whole space and time continuum that we live in together. Shout out to James Jones. Let's go take a look at our baby VRA that I'm all over. I've been obsessing about it. VRA look good to me, good to me, good to me. And there it goes, rocking off for a move to the upside. Beautiful move for VRA. Another one, put it in the books. Sean, we did it again, baby. And this one maybe have more gas in the tank. I was at dinner last night. I said I like VRA. Said for a nice swing. You know what I mean? Definitely was on my radar. VRA, I like it. Veracity. Kind of it may or may not be going on Binance. Some people thought it may have. It got a little stir, I think, too, in the market for it. So that may have given it a little bit of a push, People are like, oh, is that, It's also hot, man. It's a hot coin. It's a hot project. I own this thing long term. I got a bag of it when it was on like an exchange way long ago, when it first, like when no one really even knew what it was. And I was just like, you never know. A speculative bag on VRA. We'll see what happens to it over time. VRA. Boom. And if you join the trading group, I'm just, looking at charts every single day, scanning the market with my brain. It's all, it's what I do all day long, every single day, studying where the narrative is, looking at where the money's going, watching. We hit Covalent, we hit CAT, we hit Waves. Let's talk about the Waves trade. Waves was interesting because I like to use coins to teach, right? Resistance, came up, came back down. Waves retesting, I pointed out. Green line, support, it would bounce. All right, Waves up 15%, 23. The key is watching something, entering the trade goes up, and you're just like, That's it. That's exactly how I plan the trade to go. Now, it doesn't always happen like that, but if you go at retest over and over again, and you find I mean, look, this is an amazing retest zone. You have a shoulder, a deep head, and a right shoulder. This thing could have a bigger move because you really have this large area. To me, that's going to be the measured move. You know, somewhere up into the 374 area for waves. I see this thing getting up there. I'll be looking for flags and smaller time frames, watching what happens here. Remember, total 2, the market cap of all the altcoins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And now look, we do see the bearish divvy on the altcoins and getting a little overbought. We'd have to get this mass. We got to get a candle, a big candle, daily preferably, to close above here. I mean, you see, we have heavy resistance for these altcoins. Take a look at the daily time frame. Daily still has legs, and you have this Adam and Eve double bottom that looks like it wants to rock. But we may have a little more of a pullback or something happening here before we get a bigger move. We get to that VRV, yeah. So we get there, and then boom. I mean, you can see, and I'm basically showing our move to the upside is close. We really have to just get above 600. Like, we have to close daily candles above 600 billion. We got to hold that. We got to hold that. All right. Take a look at the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency. Every bit of it. Every single sniff of it. 1.035 trillion. I mean, you got a low daily. It could curve down and dump, though. I've seen that. You're high on the RSI. You got to heed that. Every time you've been high on the RSI, eventually you take a bit of a plunge back down. And this is a pretty high zone in the RSI. I mean, I've also seen it get extended and huge moves come. But, I mean, it's a bearish divergence. And usually a bearish divergence does get a bit of a pullback. So, but we shall see. Like, I take it, even though I know that's there, I just take it one step at a time. And this is my green box has been up here for a while because I keep saying I need a daily candle to close up in that green box, right? Kind of getting a curve here. We're flattening out. Resistance. We couldn't seem to get back above this level. It's nice that we're holding $1 trillion. All right. And the 4 hour is beginning to make this pennant here, right? It's a bit of a symmetrical triangle, in my humble opinion. 1 hour actually looks pretty good right now. It says we could get a move just for tonight. It would be good to trade bullish. Says we could bounce off this beautiful trend line. Boom. Just gives hope to anyone's trade. I mean, it says the total market cap is bullish for the next at least, 8 to 12 hours. And it could turn in 2 seconds. Anything could happen. You could get a shoulder ahead. This could turn into a little right shoulder. You see how that is possible? And you can see you have clear resistance now at $1.045 trillion. Got to get back above that zone. There's a bit of a point of control, as you can see, sticking out here. High volume node that we got to break back through. I believe that's their line, not mine. Oh, no, is it mine? Yeah, that's a point of control just in this local zone, but still it is. Resistance. We got to get back above this level to remain bullish. Can we get reversal moves on the 1 hour back to the upside is the question. That's what we're looking for. 4 hour also is low. This trend line has been respected. We want to see if it holds. And we want to break this one on the top. So this kind of comes out. We start getting up into these zones and our pullback won't be so bad. We'll see. These are areas that I'm watching closely on the total market cap. And I'm watching for each and every one of us. Shout out to the super chats. Let's break them down. Let's talk about EXRD though. So like EXRD to me is possibly making a more consolidation here on the 4 hour time frame. And like I showed you just there, the total market cap looks like we could get a move. These little caps could take advantage of it back to the upside here. This thing is 5 cents. Possibly EXRD gets one more big pump. Up to 8 cents is your next measured move. It's consolidating closely and tight. Nice pump already, really, though, out of this tiny flag that we looked at last week. a few days ago. EXRD to the upside. Basically hit the target now. Optimism did the damage. Now I got it in the flag. And look, this flag, look, I'm going to show you something. I'm always kind of changing, you know. That was a flag. It technically did, if you look on the tiny front, like it technically was a wedge that did break out, but just hit resistance, see? But if we break it down closely, you know, you got this symmetrical going. And it's very similar to what you're seeing on the total market cap. We want to see if this level gets respected. Basically, it would extend us to, 354 about. And it may just do a different shape. It may do a shape something like this. We don't know exactly what it's going to do. But we're ready for it and we're watching it. And it's getting oversold on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, which are great continuation entry areas for me personally. When I'm watching something that I know is hot and has a lot of eyes on it. We put it here in this, though. We already pumped 48%. Beautiful move to the upside. And if you want to join my free server, you can just watch the gains that we create. And you can see before when I talk about them, sometimes on the live stream, and you can go back to that live and actually hit the timestamp. And you can learn yourself, well, how did they figure out how to make that 13? How did that happen? How did waves bounce off the retest to the upside, right? How do they know that that was going to bounce there? What do they know that I don't? What kind of education did they have that I need, right? How did this get tight? How did Sam know that it was how did he know that within, maybe a week's time, this thing was going to go up by 30%? Like how? How did Sam understand that covalent, was going to go tighter? This took a while, but, eventually made a move to the upside. I even looked at that weeks before, but that was an update, yeah. Actually, why I'm looking at this, like AGIX on the 29th, 72%. Like, how did I because I'm watching, and look, they all look similar. TOKO, right? 63, cup and handle. It's the same. I'm doing the same thing. His sand 33 tight, right? It looks, they all look so similar. Tight, phantom, moved out. Right? Over and over again. OP was in the tight zone. Pumped out. AGIX was in the tight zone. Pumped out. GLQ was in the tight zone. Pumped out 70%. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you figuring out, like, VII was in the tight zone? Pump, like, and, like, this is a regular day. Like, this was an extremely insane February 4th was crazy, right? But just February alone, like since the end of January to February, it's been nuts. It's been nuts. Shout out to everybody here on my live. Shout out to my whole team. Shout out to everybody that kicks it with the lifer. So let's keep breaking it down for each and every one of you. Sitting on a beach in Australia, that's dope. Love you, man. Shout out to Fernando Sicko. God bless you, man. I'm stepping in it. Those are some crazy good gains. Shout out to Boom B Baby. Shout out to when you join the 99. Shout out to everybody here. Flat Smack in the house. Shout out to AJ Faith. NRJ, man. What you rocking on, NRJ, mate? MATIC is retesting possibly an SR flip in the house. We'll take a look at that. Robert G. Take a look at a retest here for MATIC. I see what he's saying a little bit there. Looked at MATIC. So MATIC didn't, I had a little idea here. That wedge did break out, got rejected, came down, came back out. I was playing MATIC 3L, which actually hit for nice gains. And I'm about to show you something. It's time to jump into Bitcoin, and then we'll jump back into the altcoins, and we'll just continue with the super chats. I'll do a bunch of super chats right now, though. I will. To me, MATIC's just consolidating. Looks like it will easily make this, what's called an ascending triangle, right? A little messy on the 4. Probably looks a little better here on the 1. So that's what I'm looking at for MATIC. And I'm actually going to take this off. Clean that up a little bit. Yeah, okay, this is the retest. I see what he's saying now. I got you. I'm locked in. Now I see it. And it is, I mean, it's the... I got you. And here we go. And now I'm in the money. And here's this. This looks a lot like... Yes. Yes. Worst comes to worst, it just goes back inside the pattern too. Retests are like they're not heavy risk. I like what you're saying. God bless you for your contribution to the chat. That's a possible retest there. You look for these moments over and over again. You get better at finding them. At first, you think you just like, oh, I keep missing them. It never happens but over time, you just become trained. Just like everything else in life. Just like driving a car, riding a motorcycle, all that, golf, you name it. You just learn over time. What a life to live. Here we are, blessed every single day we wake up. Blessings on blessings every day. May God, I'm thankful for every moment I touch the microphone, every moment I stand out here. Thank you for everything. Appreciate you all. Shout out to anyone in the Bit Squad kicking it with us. Shout out to all my lifers kicking it with us. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 500 beautiful people on a Saturday night. And let's go break down Bitcoin. Super Chats, Hex, Algo, Shiba. Let's take a look at SHIB, Axie Infinity, LRC. I like Axie. I'm hot on Axie right now. I like this move here for MATIC. MATIC looking very interesting to me as well. Let's take a look at Axie Infinity. I like this here. I mean, look. I just like that. And that's the consolidation that I've been going after all week, baby. And we've been hitting on a bunch of different things. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. This could easily dump down here. Could be a double top. You have some resistance that you're dealing with locally. You're below that point of control now. Do you fall to the volume area low again? Back to the bottom of the pattern? You could. You're pattern trading. 1, 2, 3. Back to the bottom of the pattern. It could happen. New support. But yeah, I mean, right here could be SR flipping. Resistance, new support there too. So Axie's on my radar. I like what I'm seeing. The bigger time frame as well. Look at this. Just had the golden cross. I see it in this cup and handle. This is just a handle. I could see a big gain coming out of Axie. 70%. It's on the radar. Axie Infinity. All right. So you can see old resistance here. Playing. Oh, yeah. So new support. So, yeah, I deleted that. I shouldn't have, right? Will I ever get it back? Oh, yeah. Now I go to the 22. So old resistance, and I'm showing this line like a new support line. And so far, I mean, that has been holding. So just, that's another giant SR flip. I mean, I'm just showing you the basics of and how supportive resistance really works, but in tandem with the other things that are that come into play. And when you're comfortable, like for me, it's so easy to pull the trigger here with no emotions on any given trade that fits my system. It's all about the system. You know what I mean? It's all about the system. So I'm new to crypto. How do you super chat? So you would go down here and there would be like a little button and you would click on it and you could either write something or you could click chat and like it might have a $ sign or something like that. And you could super chat somebody. I could probably find someone to do it right now. Okay. All right, let's get back to those super chats and all the beautiful people that were really super amazing. So Axie Infinity, I'm hot on it. You can tell. I see the bigger picture, the little picture. It all looks pretty good to me. And I'm already, and there's some fundamental things I really like. And if we get above this area, I mean, volume area high is just sitting pretty. So, yeah, I like what I'm seeing for Axie. Hasn't pumped yet, too. Everything's kind of in waiting. It's not the greatest coin, but it's been around. It can hold its own, right? So it's on the radar. C98, I haven't talked about this in a long time. I looked at it in this little tight channel. It pumped a little bit too. I mean, it's crazy. Not one coin, like it seemed not one coin hit the stop loss. It's just insane. It seems as such. Like, we'll keep looking. I mean, I don't want to say that for sure and be on the record because you probably is one somewhere deep in the, but this has just been nuts. Absolutely crazy. This MATIC 3L up 71% when we found this double bottom. And this cup and handle, look at that, you know? It's just been, it's been pretty nuts. MSWAP, one of those low ones that has done nothing yet, on the radar now. And see, this is my man Sean is like he can snipe the one. See, I like these to get above these areas. Sean is the low cap sniper, man. Like, HAPI in this giant cup and handle. And we put HAPI on the radar, took it for, you know, it was one of the first ones to make a pretty nice big pop here before the whole market got excited. And so HAPI, just looking at, you know, it could come lower to the 618 fib, but it's above this point of control here. I mean, this, you know, high volume node, not a point of control, but it's a high volume node sticking out. If I remove this and take a look at it, right? So it's interesting to me, right? You let it shine. So that level's about 1578. So it's got some levels. Look at the 77s appearing again. It's beautiful. Shout out to the 527 people on the live, 300 likes. Let's get the likes all the way up, baby. Let's do it. I know we can do it. I can feel it in the air. So HAPI looks interesting to me too. Don't sleep on HAPI. And I actually like HAPI as a project. It does security, tries to sniff out garbage projects. I like the colors. I mean, the colors are memorable. The good marketing for the whole project in and of itself. HAPI on the radar. HAPI, baby, HAPI. All right. Fractures. Haven't taken a look at that yet in a while. I'll do my due diligence on that, but something might be brewing there too. Let's take a look at LRC. Thank you for the super chat. May God bless you and yours. LRC V2 Tether. So LRC. Last time we went over it here, remember we were talking about all the fractals and how everything looked the same, and we were like, man, this thing looks like it could make a move. And we took a fractal from something else, I believe, and put it on it, or we took it from here and put it on something else. I mean, and look at what happened to this thing. It would come back, retest. Look at the retest right there. Resistance. We're looking at that for MATIC right now. MATIC looks just like that. And then it was gone. And then look, you could put it in here, which is an ascending triangle, which had a breakout, fake out, you know. And then, interesting enough, it's kind of like a weird diamond. Break in, break to the upside, right? And now you're sitting in this flag. And that tells me that this thing could, you know, it definitely wants to continue to the upside. But we took LRC. I mean, that's just, we nailed that. Whenever anyone asked me about that, I mean, you can clearly see. And I remember going over it because I was using it for fractals and we were talking about all sorts of interesting stuff. And I don't have to take credit for every single coin of the game, but we cover so much here. It's just, it's thorough. Like, I love this channel. Even for me, I'll come back and just check it, right? Camera got overheated, I think. No worries, camera got overheated. I'll bring it back in a second. We'll just let it chill. I'll be back. Thank you, team. I'll be back. Don't worry, you'll see me. So look, LRC in a bit of a flag here. All right. And it's low on the 1 hour time frame, and it's hot to trot. I'm going to delete all my work and just look at it fresh again. But I mean, you can see we clearly nailed it. Cup and handle, bang. You know, it's just a beautiful move. Let me take a look at it on the daily. Point of control, it got above it. And once it gets above the point of control, I mean, things can start to get busy. You've seen it. I've proven it just by just hanging out here with me. I mean, I haven't proven it. The VRVP has proven it to me. Like, I've just been watching it. I'm just a spectator of what I watch. And it's so amazing how it goes hand in hand with the probabilities that I've already had in my back pocket. It's just nuts. I absolutely love it. And we watch Bacon on the Beach almost every single day here. And it's amazing. The sizzling, the cooking, the sizzling. Right by the fire, baby. So, I mean, this is a flag. You don't see any, like, you know, a little bit of divergence there. But the 4 hour, hey, like, I like where the 4 hour sits. And there's some levels to look at for LRC here. Could it go to 51, 25% gains? Weekends have been fun. I'll tell you that. The weekends have been fun. So I would watch this flag for LRC. A little bit of LRC over here. Let's take a look here. Boom. And this thing like loop ring. Yeah, whenever I'm like LRC loopy. It's almost about to hit another high volume node. Looks like it can easily skate through some of this if it got through that. Right? So I definitely watch this flag. LRC looks highly likely. 33% gains. You never know. It could dump in 2 seconds. You never know. We did EXRD. We did LRC. We did Axie Infinity. I believe we hit SHIB, but if we didn't, let's take a look at it again. SHIB was tight in the zone. I liked what it was doing. It popped. Then I saw it in a little flag. It popped again. Came back down. Could be retesting that flag area, right? For me, it was kind of time. You know, that's a SHIB trade. In and out, 20 good percent. Call it a day. SHIB did good, you know. So I liked what I saw for SHIB. Big cup and handle here for SHIB on the bigger time frame. Adam Eve double bottom does say this thing can moon upwards into the value area highs and even into the green zone here, possibly into the 0023s. So it may not be done yet, but it's interesting, right? 4 hour time frame is overbought for SHIB. So let's take a look here. Let's demantle this for now. Nice little move to the upside, though. There you have it. Could it be a retest of that line? Something like that. You never know. Interesting. It's a little wacky for me. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean it's not possible, right? And I do sometimes play what's called this ascending cup and handle, where this just kind of isn't a whole cup, but it just has this moving upward trend. It looks nice on the 15 and the 1. SHIB. High risk now at this point, in my humble opinion. But hey, and if Bitcoin, you know, it depends on Bitcoin too. But it's interesting. Resistance, possible bounce. You never know. Hex and ALGO. Hex has been on the move. I took a look at Hex here. Best place to see it, I guess, Uniswap, USDC. You know, I was just taking a look this morning, like, okay, up 91%. And yeah, it made a falling wedge. It broke out with the rest of the market, right? I mean, same thing that happened to total market cap. Like, you just watched, right? I mean, everything had its move. When the market moves, everything gets that. It's like people jump into what they like. Hex has been hot, up, look, 96%, doubled up real quick, came back down to 57. People that were swing trading it sold it off. People that got in propped the price up. And people like to buy a long term. They buy into the whole idea. You know, I sacrificed Pulse, so I'm just sitting there. You know, not too much too. It was like $1,200. Who knows what will happen? I have no clue what goes on with that. So, and again, don't listen to me. Do whatever makes you happy, right? I don't know if that was ever a good idea or not. Like, I just did it out of pure speculation. I didn't like. It's not. I'm not like, oh, I love that. I'm just, you know, see what happens. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. See if we can get back on. We'll see. We'll see if we can, if it likes us today. Yeah, I think we're gonna be pretty good. No, my head was cut off most times. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Everything looks right. I always check my Twitter. Check out Twitter at CryptoLifer33. And yeah, please follow us. I'd greatly appreciate it. This tweet got a lot of traction. I asked if I should move to Florida. 101 comments. Retweets are awesome too. Definitely hit that retweet. 99. I'll be number 100. 103. Thank you. Wow, look at how fast that came in. 12,000 people saw this, and I didn't even put a hashtag. It's one of my most viewed tweets I ever wrote, and one of the most commented tweets too. 100 comments, and I just, it's interesting, funny. Last night I didn't have dessert. People came in 161 votes. I didn't have dessert, right? Now looking back, I should have had dessert, but then I say, it was a good decision though. All right. So Hex is up nice, coming back down. 12 hours suggest that it will come back. I pull a fib on things like that and watch. Levels to look at for Hex probably is back down to possibly 0.29, but it could flag out. Look at the smaller time frames, but it just recently got the sell off right here, right? So you're in some type of flag now. You could pull a mini fib here too. You come down to this 618, which was a resistance area, and you can go from there. Interesting how TA is always TA though, strictly, and you gotta love it. Like right here, you had this, bull pennant that would break to the upside, and that's exactly what you got. Very interesting. Hex. Let's take a look at ALGO. ALGO Rand. In case you didn't know, ALGO Rand, not No-Go Rand. Sorry, that was horrible. Let's look at ALGO USDT on KuCoin. If I could spell it right, for some reason I can't get that G in front of the O. So I see it consolidating. I mean, it has this kind of shoulder node, head node, shoulder node, came up, beautiful W, right? Battled around, low of about 16 cents, if you can believe it. Still sitting at 26 cents. ALGO seems to be a bit of a, something just kind of grabbing a couple bags of and leaving on the side. That's what I do for ALGO. Things like that, I got a few ways I like to trade. And I always split my bags up into long-term holds that are awesome, right? Into a swing bag that I always have open up for liquidity to stay liquid and use that to kind of continue to grow and then find out what you want to do with that, right? And then also I love BTC. Like I stack my BTC. One of the most scarcest assets in the world eventually, in my humble opinion, Bitcoin, right? So, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. Like I stack BTC. You'd have to find out if that works for you. Like if you can handle that, if you want to be your own bank, if most people watching me, I'm pretty sure that's what you're doing. That's kind of your whole thing. You're probably silver stackers, just like I was back in the day. Like we probably share a lot in common, but just saying, I gotta say it out there, So resistance. If this could SR flip the 25-cent zone. You'd want to see this stay in some type of flag here, ALGO, something like this. 1 hour does look good. I mean, the whole market looks pretty nice in this 1 hour. Like we might get a pump tonight in the market. So, and that's a whole batch here. We did Hex, we did ALGO, we did SHIB, Axie Infinity, LRC, and EXRD moving. ETH, Apt, Sol. All right, I talked about Solana already. I loved it. I'll talk about ETH and Apt. Aptos. Still have a little piece of a trade open in Aptos. That's just riding, kind of risk-free at this point. I see it getting tighter in the zone now. Like now I have this bounce trend. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. I see an inverted head and shoulder inside of a bull pennant. I like what I'm seeing here. I like my odds of a move to the upside. I had a lot of chance to dump. It did not. It's battling a point of control. This thing could roll. I'm looking at Aptos. So Aptos is what I want to see. Aptos is what I'm looking at. Possibly 63% gains coming out of Aptos. So that's what I like. Tight moving averages. All right. Again, if you want to learn what I'm teaching, come to class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. I would love to see you in there. And I'll break down everything I know. All right, and show you kind of, my good nature. You'll have fun, I'll have fun. and we'll have a blast. $60 if you join the trading group today. For $330, get into the class and 3 months in the trading group. I believe after 3 months there, if you put yourself in there, you'll be on point. So you'll have the education you need to go on and succeed in cryptocurrency and trading. So I'm watching Aptos tightly in the zone. This is on my radar too as well. I like what I'm seeing. It's been hot, and this thing could continue to the upside. I got a target about 26. A big move could be coming here for Aptos. It's on the radar for sure. Risk 11% to gain 60. I'll take it. That's on me though. I don't know about you. You know, I have a different risk-reward ratio than maybe someone else does. I already did Solana. I love it. We're going over it, talked about it. It's been on my radar, right? And there you have it. Is my face black again, or are we good? All right, we're good. Yeah, the camera was on all day. It happens sometimes. They get hot. You got to cool them off. You know, they just, especially I got a bigger lens on today. I think that's it's weighing it down a little bit. So, all right. MNET. Look at this now. See what I see? But like my mind saw something differently immediately. And like, I just sometimes just have to wreck my old idea, but like, it's not invalid. It never hit the stop yet. But look, you're just getting tighter. MNET to me is the gift that keeps on giving. We nailed it before. It's getting, you know, I love this coin. It just so many times I've seen it just come through and make an insane move. And a lot of times it's been when I've been trading it, looking at it, making a chart on it. So MNET has just been hot to me. I personally know it runs. It runs hot. It's on KuCoin. It's definitely something you want to write it. You know, just think about 1 hour, 4 hour, both looking pretty nice. A little far away there, but you got your 22. You got your daily. I mean, across the board for me, I really like what I'm seeing here for MNET. And yeah, it's just it's calling my name a little bit. You know, it's whispering sweet nothings into my ear, saying, "Sammy, I know you want to dance, and I know you like the way I know you like the way I'm dressed in these indicators, and it's definitely calling my name, MNET." Let's jump into the elephant in the room, bitty Bitcoin. So I have some things to do here. All right. So possible parabola, as we kind of show you this idea here, right? Did we break this line that I have drawn? We're gonna talk about that. Like, right, this morning, a little bit of a cup and handle on the 7-minute time frame. We were somewhere like hanging out here, right? Or was it, I think this might have even been it here. That slumped. I'd have to look. Let's go back. Always learning about custom stuff on the camera. Love doing camera stuff. Wow, 3,500. That's like one of the most viewed morning streams I ever had. Literally like a block from. I'm saying like you can done 30K. And to me, it's looking more and more likely we go to 30K. I'm being honest. You know, come today, the market takes it down. And let's be honest. I mean, this is a bit of an M. Okay, so we came there, got tight. All right, I just want to see that Coinbase chart. I can't go back. So it was this here then, probably. Yeah. This little guy. It is a 7 minutes, so you gotta like, you know. So we slumped, but you know, technically you could say it extended, and the cup and handle eventually did hit the measured move, which is kind of crazy, right? But it hit a resistance, came back down, bounced, and now it's trying to hang out like they're trying to hang out. Pretty crazy, but anyway. So we have a nice support zone here where we've had resistance before. Resistance, wick, bounce, 23,290. And I told you this is remember, this is that weekly area, 23,300, and I kept saying it's so important we know 367 I believe was, or no, but 23,300, that's where those two candles closed on the weekly chart. And we'll talk about it if you want. We can break it down. We'll go to the weekly here with nothing out, hit auto and just take a look. I believe it could have been the monthly. but I'm pretty sure it's weekly. We'll see. Yeah, I believe it was the monthly. Yeah. So right here, these two candles close here at 23. This one opens and dumps at 23.3. This one closes. And so this is your like monthly support. Like you're right at it right here. You're right at monthly support or resistance. It would be cool to stay above the zone, you know. Hard to kind of, you know, again, while we're in the smaller time frames, no one really cares that much. I get it. But it's just something to keep in the back of our minds. All right. And I'm about to show you something else too that I'm looking at in a second. So we're about to rework this magic. All right. So just going to show you. I mean, we held this line. Bearish retest, a possible dump. Bullish idea here. You know, are we still inside this? Is this really the channel? Is this a broken channel? Are these really connected? Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. All right. So I'm going to trash all my moves. We're going to go to the 4. We're going to go to the daily. And I'm going to show you how Sammy does it when Sammy's about to see a golden cross on the daily. Usually, so like break this down. If I'm just going to look at the general idea, no emotions and just be open-minded, I mean, that's a bull flag. That's your next measured move. That's a pretty bigger flag that could pump, right? And so you got this idea here. Takes you to 26,006, and you got this idea here, takes you to 31,000. I've been telling you how it's likely to get to 30K based on the VRVP. See this gap here? That's a big gap. We've been trading gaps for the last, I don't know, year now straight, and they play out a lot. This gap played out. This gap played out. I don't see why this gap won't play out. Once we get 1 or 2 candles on the daily closed above this, maybe even just boom. You could see this move before you know it. There could be so many people stacked here, and they get short squeezed. I believe there's still a lot of people that believe this is a fake rally, that they think once we hit this level, we might come up. They're going to short even harder. I believe they'll bring us down a little bit, maybe to get them to short even more. If they play it right, they're going to take the shorts that they already have and suck in more shorts on the top. They're going to load this zone heavier. Everyone's already bullish, right? It's easy to get people to be bullish. That, you know what I mean? I mean, in some, you know, I believe in cryptocurrency, like the average new person doesn't know how to short, in my humble opinion. So where is the big money? The big money's in people that know how to short, that use leverage. And then there's always the new people that jump into and hear someone. But I just believe there's just so much. Shout out to Gina Bombina in the house. Booming. MDT is looking hot. What do you say, MDT? You never know. An angel over my shoulder. Interesting. This here, I don't even know. But so but you know, you see what I'm saying? So there's going to be a lot of shorts here that can get absolutely blown out the water. So I just want, you know, people don't really, I think people forget that. You know, they think it's all that the Bulls can never win but it's almost the opposite. Like there's a lot more going on than just the Bulls trying to win. There's also other people trying to win the other way that can get rocked. And like, so look, resistance, bounce. And honestly, this is a really great daily area of support, 22,005. And so far it's been holding really, really nicely. Even if we kind of do something like this and we flag on out and we spend some days going sideways, which would be great for the altcoins. Altcoins would fly if we did that. We have a golden cross coming on the daily time frame. It's a really good thing. It's a really, really good thing, right? It could change. Things could change. In a few days, we could dump. Like, it doesn't. But right now, in the present moment, if we stay in the present moment, this is beautiful. What I'm seeing here on the present moment is absolutely beautiful on a Saturday night with 533 people here and 355 likes, almost kind of a palindrome. $63 in chat revenue. You people are amazing. May God bless you all. Thank you. So I'm watching this flag. I've been pointing it out. I've been talking about it. It has a measured move to 31,000. I'm showing you the gap in the VRVP. Right, I'm not saying these things are guaranteed, but I'm showing you a bullish cross. I'm just going off the bullish checklist as a trader. Just like if a guy is it going to rain? He'd be like, well, those clouds are cumulus, you know, the barometric pressure is here, you know. Yeah, highly probability is such, right? We still, of course, have to get through this high. Once we do, though, we're gonna moon. And, you know, just like we kind of stopped at this high, we may stop. But we're consolidating nicely here in the zone. Resistance, bounce, resistance. And it's showing to be a possible SR flip too. So Bitcoin to me looks good on the bigger time frame. which is the daily, the 22, right? I get it. We have a major bearish div when you take a look at this. But what's beginning to form more even is a major hidden bullish divergence, because this is just getting insane. Swing up to swing up and not swinging down. And it's even on a big time frame like the 22. So like, is it bearish div? Is it bullish? You know, what I believe is it was bearish div here, here, and here, and it still is, but you have this beautiful SR flip. Now, fine. Bearish divergence, I heat it. If we start closing candles below 22.5, then it's likely we come and test 21.2, and then we'll come and test, right, this here. Then we'll hit this node at 19,200, and then we'll go through the gap all the way back to 16K, and like, so be it, right? And like, I'll be the first to be like, okay, this, like, I'll be the first guy to probably say, hey, this looks like a head and shoulder, and here's our measured move down to 19,000, and this might even make it, you know, I'm even projecting it for you right there. There's a chance we lose this node, you fall here. I mean, it starts playing, it comes up, it gets rejected, that's your shoulder. And then, you know, you could even kind of paint the story there. So I'm going to be able to see both ways. I'm not 100% bullish or 100% bearish. I'm simply a trader, and I look at it through the eyes of trading. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Read it, get to know it. Do the audio book on YouTube. Whatever you got to do, get through that book, get it done. It's going to help you take profits. It's going to help you make sense of your life. I'm telling you right now, immediately after listening to it, my trades were better. I'm not lying. And it sounds like, oh, of course they were. Not immediately. I listened to it, and within a week of it letting it like sit into my subconscious mind, my trades became better. They did. So, you know, we have some signs. What I don't like, fine. Daily RSI is super high. A little too high for me, says a pullback coming too. All right. Could we get rejected here? You never know. But we do have a golden cross. We already had it there. Look what happened there on the 22. 4 hour staying nicely above. We need this 4 hour to stay above the 200. If the 4 hour price action falls below this 200 SMA, that's not going to be a great thing. We can slip near it. We can test it. We can go below for a second. But if we start like, I don't even want to really go that too close to it. I'd like to see price action stay well above this area. All right. And honestly, I'm starting to kind of even make this pattern here, you know. It's got more of ascending triangle vibes now. It's looking more and more bullish to me. 4 hour time frame looks absolutely scrumptious. I'll take a bite out of it. Shoulder, head, and impossible right shoulder too. So to me, Bitcoin looking bullish, in my humble opinion, you know. Looking pretty bullish to me. As long as it holds this trend line, and you got this falling wedge kind of flag going on too now on the 1 hour time frame. And the other time frames look pretty good to me too. Is a bit of a double top. I'll get it. I'll take that. You know, why did we dump? We didn't. We had all day to dump. We did not. So where are the bears at, right? Who let the bears not out? This is the worst. But I mean, you know, so I'm going to watch this flag for Bitcoin. Low liquidity, Saturday night. Most people are going to be kind of, you know, heading off, doing their thing. God bless you, bullish 100. God bless you, man. Coming off 22,009, area nicely slow and steady. RSI bullish with the valleys and bearish with the tops. Hey, full moon tomorrow. Bitcoin loves to pump on the full moon. That is interesting. We got 13 full moons in 2023. All different. February 5th is the full snow moon. Okay? The full snow moon. We had the wolf moon, the snow moon. Then we have the worm moon, because the worms start to move and the ground starts to, you know. Then we have the pink moon because the flowers start to bloom. Then we have the full flower moon because it's May. Then we have the strawberry moon in June because the strawberries, you know, that's a good time when they come out. Then we have the full moon, the full buck moon, because the bucks come out and do their, you know, they start bucking around, you know. Sorry. We got the full blue moon because it's August and people are sad and they get blue because the kids don't want to go back to school and everyone gets blue in the blue moon. And then we have the full harvest moon because the farmers, right? That's when the harvest comes. That's time to take a lot of awesome, you know, the corn, just a lot of good harvest after the beautiful suns of summer. And then we have the hunter's moon. Yeah, a couple times to go out there, a couple more times before it gets too cold. Then we have the beaver moon where the beaver begins to hide. You don't see the beaver anymore. He's on his way out. And you better get your last beaver skins in. And then we have the full cold moon where it really, really starts to kind of encompass us. And then we're back to where we are again, right? And Bitcoin is known to pump with the full moons. Check out my TikTok about that video. If we can get that out there, we should put that. I don't know if we can redo that or like just use it again and get the link out or make commercials. I mean, it's a cool video. So here we are back, to make a long story short, here we are back at the full snow moon. All right. The full snow moon, which is awesome in my humble opinion and interesting. Right. And with that being said, I'm just going to bring you in to a quick little news segment. I'm going to do it awesome this time. I'm going to pay attention. I promise I'm going to do everything in the best way humanly possible. So we're going to bring down that music for a half a second here, and we're going to bring on that news segment, and then I'll be back ready to rock with the. And here we are back with the news. NFT trading surges to over $945,000 in January amid crypto market bounce. SnapRadar, we saw that with the high coins exploding 100% in a week. One was up, I believe, almost a 20x in a week, doing things unbelievably like bear market. What? NFT trading volume and sales just kind of skyrocketed. And that's another thing. We have this whole market that's also a new thing. We have just so many different types of new markets in crypto that are going to have a different influence over the liquidity, over what happens, over the popularity. The whole art scene, we took on so many art people. I was at dinner last night, and there was someone that was at an art museum, and now she was saying, my kids aren't going to be buying art from the street. They're going to be buying digital art. She's like, I hooked up with a digital artist. These people are, people see the future of digital art. People that are already in the art scene that know about art are already planning their escape into digital art. Some people are staying strong, but other people are already looking at NFTs in this whole world as a whole new way to expand and jump on into the market. So very, very interesting, but yeah, so NFT trading booming, and we saw that as our own, on the front lines, swing trading, looking at trades, taking money hand over fist. So shout out to everybody out there on the live who swung high coins. Unbelievable. Good for you. Google acquires $300 million stake in AI startup Anthropic. So it seems as though AI arms race has officially begun, and Google has acquired a $300 million stake in AI startup Anthropic. The Financial Times reported the tech giant's investment in the company in hopes of competing in the field of generative AI. Just in Google acquires. And is it going to be our own competitive nature to want to push the move, push the narrative? XRP up 1.4% to 42 cents. Where's my XRP army, baby? Yes. I like seeing that. Love XRP doing its thing. But yeah, that's some crazy, just showing you Google sparring in the AI race, throwing its hat in the ring, getting ready to go to spar. Indonesia to launch national crypto exchange by June of 2023. That's going to be big. So the Indonesia crypto exchange that will launch by the end of 2022 will now go live in June. Hassan, the Indonesian trade minister, announced it during the open ceremony for Crypto Literacy Month on February 2nd in Jakarta. So not only that, but they're going to have the whole country understand that they can get literate. They're going to teach their people. They're going to make this education, something that the government wants. I mean, I like this. This is awesome. So this is good for the world. This is inclusive for crypto. And it also shows that people can work together, and it doesn't always have to be this murky gray area. Crypto is a beautiful thing. And embracing crypto can change your entire country's outlook and future, both financially, historically, and honestly, just, way of life. When money can move faster with less money, it helps poor people have more access to money. And when they have access to money without spending, I've used Western Union very rarely in my life, maybe a few times. And I've seen people that have to use it. I used to go buy them when I lived in Queens. And, you know, I'd say like, and people would be waiting in line sometimes to use that. And it would be like, and my whole thing was, and then I found out the fees of that. And I could not believe the fees that were taking advantage of people that already didn't have any money. And I found that just utterly insane. So that's always been kind of an interesting concept. So crypto, in my mind, empowers people with less money to get a foothold to help themselves create a better life. So I think it's an inclusive tool for everyone in the world to have a better life. I mean, that's the whole thing. What do you think I'm doing here? Like, that's what, to me, the crux of everything at the end of the day. You know, then there's the other, like, that's the beginning of what we're doing here. And then there's the idea, if you really want to take it to the next level, you can begin to trade and like take your life to another, you know, and that's like that's the deeper dive area. But the overall idea too is just simply getting crypto out there to the world, you know, putting a video out every single day about cryptocurrency, you know, breaking down Bitcoin. You know, I like to do the chart. That's why I stopped from the chart for a second. And I like to throw in a little bit of a crypto preach, if you get it, you know, call me the crypto preacher. But, you know, I like to put an idea. Here's Bookmap. I'm not hiding. I am, I guess. I like this blue shirt, though, so I wouldn't hide too long. But look, I mean, 23,400 says we can get there. There's no liquidity anywhere else on a Saturday night. So it's telling us that we kind of want to go up and down. It's a good sign. We had a tiny little short squeeze up there. This is Bookmap. Link in the description below, showing me the buys and sells and the amalgamated data of money on the exchange between, you know, Bybit, OKX, and Binance futures. And if I just shrink it down, it can show me kind of who's buying and selling. We have a good amount of buying kind of wanting to go on. We have a good amount of selling. They're pretty much even with a little more buying in the down zone. But in the present moment, we just have some more orders wanting to be filled regularly here. 22,330 on the 333. Look at that. So Bitcoin seems like it'll go sideways for most of the night. Can you check Heinz in 33 riddled in hidden bullish? We'll take a look at that. Thank you so much for the love. Shout out to Joshua Jelowick. Let's take a look at it. High ENS 30, high ENS 3, which is a high coin, which is a fractal of Ethereum name service 3. All right. Wow, what just said I'm in tears. It feeling good. Blockchain, start your own mining. That way we can pay you in your own currency. I mean, we want to do all sorts of stuff. Sam, MDT has gone up $3 in like 10 minutes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, let's get off a Bookmap so we can run in and take a look at the rest of the stuff we want to talk about. All right. But that is Bookmap. You saw it kind of grinding there. We love it. So I had it in this flag. This thing pumped for 51%. Did a double take. And then went sideways for a while. You say it's got some hidden, I mean, swing down. Okay, there's some hidden there. Or is it just bullish, actually? It's not hidden. That's just actual bullish divergence. Maybe some hidden on the bigger time frame. Let's take a look. Swing up. Okay, yeah, there's some hidden right there, too, on the 1 hour time frame. I gotcha. So what I do here is I definitely pull a fib. I'm in the golden pocket, which tells me, you know, this thing could just move and moon for sure. One hour is not amazing, right? 4 hours says, hey, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, golden pockets are amazing. You'd be surprised how many times when you trust a golden pocket, it can pump. But at the same time, it has to be something that you get comfortable with over time, right? 4 hours says you could get a bit of a move. I see what you're saying with this hidden swing down, swinging up. Could even make a shoulder head and a right shoulder, though, and then just dump on you to the downside even. Could happen, you know. Bigger time frames, though, daily says it wants to come down hard. And it honestly, look, the time really was here. It had a huge run up. It's kind of late to the party. Doesn't say it can't pump, though. I've been seeing these things continue up. So it's high risk, high reward at this point, in my humble opinion. You know, it's high risk, high reward, in my humble opinion. Like, that's what it comes down to. A bit of a resistance, a bounce, possibly kind of doing a bit of an SR flip there. 63311. Who knew? Who would have thought? Who would have taught? Who would have taught it was on the 63311 over there?
Follow me at Twitter. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Do you own one BTC? Would you even tell me if you did? Do you own one BTC? Would you even tell me if you did? Let me know. I want to know. Do you own one Bitcoin? I can send now. I can right click. I can edit, and I can put in, you know, you don't want to put in a comma there though, because it changes the one Bitcoin, right? Oh no, it does it? Maybe it doesn't. I think it did though. Let's see. No, it's legit. Do you own one Bitcoin? Would you even tell me if you did? Let me know. Amazing. Lakers at the Pelicans. Alaska. Perhaps Alaska. I'll always remember that for the rest of my life. MNET tight like a toiga. And look at this thing continuing to pump to the upside now, up 89, hit the target. Blasted to the target. VAI. This thing just, when it goes, it just doesn't seem to stop. It's insane. Look at that daily just ripping to the upside. VAI was, I just watched that daily. I was all about the daily on this puppy. I'm telling you, what a beautiful move for VAI to the upside. And Bitcoin. You see what I think for Bitcoin? Look at the 333s right now. All the threes. So cool. And then it's gone. Like a flash. But anyway, so Bitcoin, I didn't time travel here. I promise. Don't tell anyone if you do find out that I time traveled here. Keep it to yourself. And if I told you I time traveled here, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So that's my only cover. Some people have figured it out. I've been able to kind of lure them away from the idea with chocolate and a lot of ice cream. But, you know, for the most part, it's been a good rally. It's been a good run. And I don't really want to go back to my old time or my future time or whatever time. I don't want to mess it up, you know. An old time in the future, if you know what I mean. Like, shout out to Gina Bombita in the house. May God bless you, Gina. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the whole Blue crew. Shout out to Love Learning, Toby, Linares, my man. Shout out to everyone here. Sam, MDT. Let's take a look at MDT. Heinz in 3. So, you know, Heinz in 3, the idea, I mean, it looks cool, but you never know. So, Metadance token on MEXC, right? Is this what we're talking about? Or something different? On Binance? Okay, this one here on Binance. Wow. Sort. You said it's up a couple dollars, though. It's up 2 cents. Gone up $3 in 10 minutes. Is this the same coin? $3. It went from 2 cents to 4 cents. I mean, it went up 100%. I mean, it's amazing. 50% gains. From about 3 cents to 4 cents. I mean, that's amazing. It gapped out the VRVP and was gone. I mean, it's been 8 hours, though, right? And if you believe in it, you flag it out, you watch it for a little bit. You never know. There could always be another pump coming. But I like to kind of plan it out first before I jump on in. MDT. NAVI's been hot. NAVI's been hot. Like, look at this thing. It's just been hot. We talked about it down there in the cup and handle. Look, it's up a total since we put it out in that little handle, 233%, of course, right? So let's take a look. I mean, then it had this kind of SR flip in a way. Resistance ripped up, bounced. What makes me want to do is put that like in just a clean flag. I'll show you what I mean here. It's a hot little coin that we started playing with recently. Came onto KuCoin, and it's just been hot. Looks like the 4-hour may rip. Show inverted head and shoulder to the upside, right? And you see how it's like pushing up right now, and it has momentum. 1 hour even has momentum. It's got a couple resistances here, but this thing has just been hot. I don't own any of it. I'm not pushing any of my bags. I'm 100% honest with you. I may swing trade it. I like what I'm seeing. You know, there's a possibility of a nice swing trade here for sure. So this is on my radar. The 4 hour just looks lovely. And you got some volume. You got a big green candle there. I like what I'm seeing for NAVI. I could do this for I love this. I could do this every day for the rest of my life. I absolutely love going over cryptocurrency coins, talking about and I love drawing inverted head and shoulders and looking at moving averages and VRVPs and seeing how the whole piece of the puzzle fits together. It's so fascinating to me. I could get just lost in this, you know, completely lost. So truly to me, it's just in the zone, you know. TAUM looking beautiful. Had a nice pump. 4 hour looks really good to me too here on TAUM, which is Orbitum, right? So there's more, you know, I've also posted stuff in the morning. I posted things last night. There's cup and handles. You join my trading group, you will have so many things to look at and learn from. If you don't understand concepts with us, I mean, we get you going. We get your mind going. We get you thinking. We get you in the zone, right? All these coins too, like, and I showed you the market caps look pretty good. The Mitra has that same kind of inverted head and shoulder there that could pump that we just looked at and some other stuff. And this coin has been hot. When this coin rips, it rips. DMT, the Mitra, DMTR, right? So there's just a lot out there that I'm looking at tonight, and that 4 hour looks just scrumptious on the market caps. So again, anything could happen. ELON even took that nice 21% gain. Look at that. Boom. ELON. DOGE Elon Mars, baby. DOGE Elon Mars. And he was named a dog named DOGE Elon Mars. And look, I put this out. Look, this is what happens to these trades. Today is what? The 4th of February, right? So look, little Sammy was working hard on the 23rd of January at 8:37 p.m. He looked at DOGE Elon Mars. Symmetrical triangle, final part of the pattern, inverted head and shoulders. 22 hours was low, pointing up. The 4 hour was low. Above the high volume node right there, right? Things that I noticed. Potential profit was 22% gains. And I was looking at this on the 23rd. My brain was able to see this, and then the idea, you know, highly likely for a move to the upside. And here we are now, about what, let's say 13 days later. I do the, you know, 13, maybe 14, but probably, I think it's 13. But, you know, about. And here we go with Elon, and there you have it. I mean, that was the pattern. See, it came down a little bit. Like, you could say, like, this was the original one. But it basically did, you know what I mean? It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Hit the pattern and hit the target and everything. And, you know, we do this all the time here. I got an awesome person that I work with that does the gains with me, and like the gains are just insane because they're all the time, they're everywhere, and we teach you how to do this, how to fish, and I don't have to change. And honestly, there's no like, I don't change the way I do. I keep it this way. I just keep it this way, right? So, and I can show you everything I'm thinking about, but you know, I keep a lot to the group too, right? I keep a lot to the group. I think someone asked me about this when we did this weird diamond and it did break out. That's crazy. Brand new coin, you know. Char, here's one thing that basically hit the stop loss. So there's one that didn't play out. Thank gosh. I needed a trade that didn't play out so it didn't look ridiculous. You know, I'm serious. Sounds insane. We needed a trade that actually hit the stop loss. So look, this trade did not play out. This one didn't, because if every single trade played out, I looked insane, and it was getting kind of, you know. When you trade the market correctly and you do it by probability, and then the whole market rips together, it looks good, you know. It's the market, it's probability. But the point of the story is you can too. You can too. If I can do it, you can do it. And there's no excuses. JAR looks to me like it's getting ready for a bigger move, though. I do like this consolidation. 4-hour needs to chill. 22-hour, a little far apart there. Actually could spin off. Daily, already had the golden cross. Okay, man. It's had some hype. Maybe it pulls back a little more. It's in the golden pocket, 618, though. It's interesting. I'd keep it on the radar. I wouldn't be surprised if it had a big move on the daily in the next week straight. Opacity was on my radar. This thing had a huge move. Look at that. Pumped. I went over this with a student of mine. We had a long session, and look, it's likely to get to the 200 SMA. See? It will magnetize up there somewhere, and this will come lower while it comes up, but they'll meet somewhere at one point. OPCT booming, right? Another idea here that I was looking at. Yeah, and I put this out on the 4-hour time frame on the 2nd of February, consolidating nicely. 4 hours oversold as well, right? You see? It's simple to me. At one point, when you read the market correctly and you feel it out. So, and also, anyone who was trading with us in a horrible bear market, I mean, we had no liquidity. They were gunning for us. It was not as easy. I mean, now we got way more people in the market. And you know what you're doing, and that's kind of what it is. A lot of people in the market do not know what they're doing. But you're now in the market, and you know what you're doing. And that changes the game completely. It's the education that has put you in a different light. It's the education that now you don't look at the market the same way you looked at it before, right? What was the first coin you ever bought? I believe it was Litecoin. Litecoin, Potcoin. What was it else? I think it was also Ethereum was one of the first 4 or 5 at $89. I knew about it at 9 and missed the boat. So all right, everyone, I'm out for the night. I showed you what I see here. I showed you what's going on for BTC. And yeah, one last kind of update for Bitcoin for the team. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at in this kind of rising wedge ascending triangle here. It did have this, we could say it's still in this bigger trend line holding. But I kept trying to put it in this wedge, but to me, it kind of like, it doesn't really connect. And if it did, it kind of left it a while back, or I'd have to do this. It's almost like this is the trend right here. See this trend? Bounced off, it fell. I want to get back above it. That's legit because you can see how they connect. So I'm watching Bitcoin in this kind of ascending triangle, rising wedge type thing. And in this falling wedge here that will break up 68% of the time, this will break to the upside. We went over Bitcoin, the total market cap, a bunch of altcoins. We had a blast. It was one of my, I enjoyed this stream more than, I always enjoy it, but this stream I really, really enjoyed. I had a blast. The market looks amazing, and I think that's why. It just looks exciting. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Also, get yourself a Trezor. All right, if you're stacking Satoshis, you got to keep yourself safe. Link in the description below. Not your keys, not your crypto. I do keep a good majority of my cryptocurrency on a hardware wallet to keep myself safe. You got to do the right thing. It's about unbanking yourself from the banking system. What I talked about too is, we know if you all went to the bank, you wouldn't get all the money that you had there. But if you went to Bitcoin, you'd get all the money that you had. And I'm not saying we can't use fiat for transactional purposes and things of that nature. Look at this guy talking while I'm talking. Hey, look what's trending. And who was talking about VRA last night at dinner? Just breaking it down. VRA, baby. VRA. Who's your daddy, baby? Who's your daddy? No, but we had them. We had them, baby. VRA, baby. You gotta love it. And there's the gains already getting posted by the man himself. Shout out to Sean. 21% gains out of the VRA flag. And there could be more coming. You never know. Nice swing trade for VRA. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Did I miss a super chat? Let me make sure I didn't. Thanks you, EBNR, a lifeline to the industry anytime. Shout out to British Perspective. Bless you. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. All bless you all. Aptos and Axie Infinity are a good call, bro. Shout out to Mark Pelram, my man. ACH looking good. Shout out to everybody here on the live. May God bless you all. Opens pocket for friends. She's so funny. Shout out to Gina. I like the behind the scenes with BitBoy. I loved your technical setup. Hey man, we're doing even more now. We're building. I was building all day in the studio. I had the wireless mics. I was doing the teleprompter. We're gonna give you so much content. It's gonna blow your mind. Get ready. We're gonna take you to the moon. 2023 is gonna be the year, man. We're gonna go to 100,000 subscribers. We're getting the plaque by the end of this year. We're going to 20,000 subscribers. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're on our way to 40K. We're so close. Hit that subscribe button. Get me to 40K. It was you people that helped me every single day. God bless you all. Look at me screaming in the background. I'm a nut. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. May God bless you all. Have a great night. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you. We got this guy, Crypto Noob. You didn't read my super chat. How's that? I just read that one. So there you go. Now you can take that right out. And why don't you send one that says you did read my super chat now? How about that? Shout out to everybody here on the live. May God bless you all. Have a good night. And I did it. I did it. I did it.